Unbelievable. Awesome. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brat Pack, Chad and Todd, you know what? You guys can catch them there at Nick's Martini Bar, right, guys? I mean, you get Nick's Friday? All right, so if you want to see a show in that setting, you can check those guys out. Thank you so much to the Brat Pack for joining us again this year for Street Fair. It's always a great way to kill some time and get ready for the big parade, which is literally minutes away. By the way, it's Rick and Rob from the Street Fair Board, and we are glad to be here tonight emceeing this event. The 2016 Bluffton Street Fair Parade is right around the corner, and we hope you're ready for what looks like to be an incredible week weather-wise. The weather looks simply amazing.
Yeah, I was complaining a little bit earlier today about how hot it was, but the simple truth is I'm going to stop complaining because if you don't have rain, you've got everything you need.
Have you been on Facebook and seen those pictures of 6 feet of snow and, you know, with the tagline at the bottom, it's coming?
Yeah.
I mean, so let's enjoy this weather while we've got it. It might be a little warm this week, but that's all right. We've got a big week, ladies and gentlemen. Literally a list of events a mile long for this year's Street Fair, and we got some new additions that we're going to talk a lot about. The human cannonball is back.
Yeah, now you're going to hear me talk a lot about Brian Miser. Apparently Brian hurt himself. His wife is actually the one who's flying through the air right here at the Bluffton Street Fair. Both of them have been in the circus for years. They were traveling with Barnum and Bailey. They have been around, and they've been on television. They've been on radio. They've been doing this for years and years, and you've got to make some time to come and see them. The first show tonight at 8:30. It's right over here in front of the City Building, so make sure that you get down there and check out Brian Miser, his wife Tina, as they fly through the air for your entertainment. Some harrowing stuff going on over there.
And if that's not enough, something totally different, totally from a demographic standpoint different on our schedule this year. We're going to have a big show at Kehoe Park Friday night. It's a tribute band. It's called Dirty Deeds Extreme AC/DC. That show is $10. If you buy the tickets now, it's $15 day of the show, and you can buy your tickets over here at the Street Fair Information booth. They've got a beer and wine garden going on, which is part of that event, and don't miss the opening act on the main stage before that.
Right, that's at the normal main stage over in the library parking lot. You want to make sure and catch it. Hope for the Hollow. If you don't know who they are, you can get on Spotify and you can check them out. It's Hope for the Hollow, the opening band, starting at 7 o'clock on the main stage in the library parking lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a minute or so. We're going to kick off our evening with the national anthem, so stand by. Should we do it? Okay. I have a mic for her. Okay. Just a mic for you now. You wait. We're going to introduce you, and then you go. Okay. So just hang on. Keep it close to your mouth. It's really
okay.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, before we kick off the 2016 Bluffton Free Street Fair Parade tonight, we'd like to start with our national anthem. Now, our national anthem tonight is being sung by Emma Smith. She is 5 years old. She's a pro, having previously done this at the opening game for the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. Emma's the daughter of Ben and Christina Smith and is a kindergarten student at Emmanuel St. Michael Lutheran School in Fort Wayne. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, could you give me your attention and turn to the closest flag and put your hand on your heart and don't take a knee or, you know, whatever. We're going to do our national anthem. Are you ready? Here we go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming at the rocket's red glare still there? Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Give her a round of applause. 5-year-old Emma Smith there, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty phenomenal for a 5-year-old. Thank you very much, young lady. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we are kicking off this year's Bluffton Free Street Fair Parade. Once again, Rick and Rob here from the Bluffton Street Fair Board. Also, co-owners of Stylus Technologies based right here in town. And yeah, we used to do some radio too, so you might know us from that.
The theme for this year's parade and for the entire street fair, of course, is Happy Birthday, Indiana. We're joining in on the bicentennial for Indiana as we celebrate a couple of 100 years of being a state.
On the scaffold tonight, we welcome our parade judges. We're going to talk about them as we go. We're going to start with our first judge down there at the end. Her name is Kayleen Reeser. Wave and say hi. She's a Wells County native. Kayleen was taking her writing skills and compiled stories of World War II veterans. She published a book called World War II Legacies, Stories of Northeast Indiana Veterans. She's recorded these World War II vet stories and published these incredible heroic stories of ordinary citizens who left their farms and families to fight in far-off lands like North Africa, Italy, D-Day, all across France and into Germany. Also the islands no one had heard of, Iwo Jima, Tarawa, the Marianas, and more. She's written their stories down and continues to document them, and also she writes other articles for area newspapers, and they've likewise printed many of these articles. Welcome, Kayleen, to the parade tonight. Thank you so much for being a judge. We appreciate it.
The other gentleman is no stranger to the downtown. We all know Dick Mayer. Dick's been downtown for years.
Give us a wave, Dick. Say hi. How are you?
Owner and operator of Masterson's Men's Clothing Store. It just shut down in January of this year, and we do miss him. Prom just isn't going to be the same for you, Rick.
I know it's not, man. I can't get my tux anymore and all that. He's had to let it out a few times, though. I'm just saying.
Well, Dick, I'm sure, is enjoying his retirement, and we're happy to have him here.
Well, the parade has left South Main and is heading north, and we'll be here in just about a minute or so. So I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful night for a parade. So once again, welcome to the Bluffton Free Street Fair. There's so many things to see and do. If you need a schedule, you can check out the schedules. They're available at the information booth right behind us here on the corner of Main and Market. That would be the northwest corner of Main and Market. And it's a beautiful full-color schedule this year that's got a complete list of events. So if you want a schedule for what's happening, that's your spot to do it.
There's also some commemorative license plates and more. $3 commemorative cups for sale there, so take advantage of the Kiwanis booth. Now, as these big vehicles make their way through for tonight's parade and every parade, we want to ask that you please stay behind the white lines. There are police of that.
And there's your Bluffton Police Department rounding the corner there. I believe that's Bruce Holland behind the wheel of that car and his family. Welcome. Also the Wells County Sheriff's Department. There's Sheriff Monty Fisher and his wife in the parade tonight. And from the Ossian Police Department, welcome into the parade tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen. There's the Ossian Dare mobile, Rob. You know that one. There's Stephanie behind the wheel of that. She worked hard to get that project off the ground, and that looks great.
I'm just kind of glad I don't have to wash that thing. It's huge.
By the way, also on the parade stand tonight with us, helping with tabulations for the float judging, Street Fair Directors Janet DeWitt and Rhonda Ryan. Welcome back, ladies. Nice to have you here. And
I guess we should let everybody know the judges and grand marshals, officials were all treated this evening prior to the parade with a catered reception.
I'm reading my notes.
Provided by Lighted Gardens of Ossian, hosted by House of Hope, located on South Main Street right here. House of Hope Resident Counseling Center for Troubled Youth, headed by Tom Felger, founder and president, and Alicia Hill, director of development. The House of Hope also operates a working farm just east of town. I'm sure you've been by it. They've given the residents their hands-on training.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting our colors tonight from American Legion Post 111, the American Legion Post Color Guard. There they go. The Legion is now headed by Commander Craig Mann, who I believe is in the Color Guard unit. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your Bluffton Fire Department. Don't those guys look sharp tonight? Give it up for them. we appreciate the work that they do so much because they're out all the time taking care of business, and we just can't tell you how much we appreciate that.
Again, with these big vehicles, imperative you keep your toes behind the white line because they do take wide turns. So please obey the rules.
Also, a big welcome to the Wells County EMS with a unit in the parade tonight. Thank you so much for being part of what you do here in the community for emergency services. Give them a round of applause as they make their way around, ladies and gentlemen. Let them know that you appreciate the work they do.
Other fire trucks you're going to see as they make their way past the grandstand include this one from the Chester Township Fire Department.
By the way, Janet is sick. She's not here tonight, so my bad, Janet DeWitt. But we love her anyway. That's all right.
Liberty Township Fire Department and Rescue.
It wouldn't be a parade without the fire trucks. It just wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't. We're getting another big one from the Marco Fire Department coming up around the corner. Want to welcome them here to the grandstand area.
Actually, that's Liberty.
Yeah, still in Liberty Township.
Yeah, it's the heavy rescue unit, or one of them. They've got so many trucks now, it's hard for me to know what's what.
This doesn't mean that I'm getting a flogging later, right?
Probably not. I don't know. Possibly.
There's
the
again.
Marco unit.
There
Welcome to the parade tonight from the Marco Volunteer Fire Department.
We know this truck. We've seen it several times from the Nottingham Township Fire Department and parades all over the area. $3,600 graciously granted for the purchase of the new emergency lighting for Engine 501 by Wells County Revitalization. I want to thank him. That's Panito, by the way, being represented there. They've got a couple of units in tonight's parade.
This is from Uniondale Fire Department. Welcome to our parade tonight. Thank you for being. That truck looks nice, doesn't it? Nice shine. Look at them wheels, man. Don't you wish your wheels looked like that?
Yeah, too much work for me. You should know this.
Man, we've got a great year for Street Fair. I'm so excited about some of the events that are happening. Don't forget to join us Saturday night at the main stage for what I think could possibly be the best idol competition in 8 years.
I know we say it every year, but is it not true? Every year, doesn't it get better and better?
The talent level keeps going up. It's amazing.
Over $1,000 in prizes being given away. It's again at the main stage on Saturday night. Opening for that, we're going to have Jamie Lewis back on the stage with an acoustic set. So it's a very fun night. Make sure that you get out for that.
Hey, there's Officer Miller.
I know. He looks so stern, doesn't he?
He does, man. Well, you got to watch him. I mean, you know.
So Brian Meiser, we talk about him a lot. He's the human fuse, but
it's not him, is it? Is his wife?
I think it's his wife who's going on.
His wife is doing the show.
I do believe there was an injury, which means that it is dangerous what they do.
She's the female human cannonball.
Right.
That's what's happening. The female human cannonball.
She's actually been doing it for quite a while. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked a lot about him, but she's been doing it for quite some time.
Check it out. 65 miles an hour, 110 feet in the air. It's right down there across from the city building. That's where the shows are. You got to go see it at least once.
Once again, 8:30 is the first one tonight.
Here's our first float entry, ladies and gentlemen. The Rising Stars Twirling Academy, coached by Brenda Minnick. Featured twirlers are 16-year-old Brooke Gephardt and 13-year member Alyssa King. And this is their 31st Street Fair appearance. Wow. All these little misses, maybe 40 strong or so. Give them a big round of applause into the parade tonight.
So there they are, the today and tomorrow Rising Stars.
As we always do, and there he is walking the parade and doing selfies. Mayor Ellis, we don't have time for 100,000 selfies tonight. Could you get on with it? There's Bluffton Mayor Ted Ellis making his rounds in the parade. Let's talk about our honorable politicians tonight.
Clerk Treasurer Tammy Runyon, City Judge Bob Bate, Councilman James Philibom, who's City Council President Carl Perry, Michael Morrissey, John Wicker, all aboard the vehicle riding by.
Here come some of our county officials. Let's say hi to them. And I'm reading the script, so be graceful. Just remember that. County Clerk Yvette Runkle, County Auditor Beth Davis, County Treasurer Shar Meckling, County Assessor Rick Smith, County Recorder Rena Stuck, County Surveyor Jared Hahn, and County Coroner Kent Gilbert, a few of the officials we're talking about.
By the way, both Rena and Shar are completing their second term, and they're not going to be able to run again. So special thanks to them for their 8 years of public service. Likewise, Kent Gilbert, who's completing his term of service as coroner. Not a pleasant job. But
rounding the corners are council, Todd Mannensmith, James Van Winkle, Mike Mossberg, Steve Huggins, Jim Oswalt, Chuck King, and Vicki Andrews. A special thank you to James Van Winkle, who is completing his service to county government.
And don't forget Kevin Woodward, Tamara Robbins, and Blake Gerber, your county commissioners.
Hey, there's your street fair band. Give them a round of applause.
Bluffton Street Fair just wouldn't be the fair without this band, working along the Midway all week long under the direction of Art Reamer. Art coming back for his third consecutive year as the director of this band. And you can find him up and down the Midway all week long. Don't miss it. And take a minute to stop and listen.
By the way, a big thanks to our fair manager, Ted Smith, who turned over his duties of driving the truck. Pulling the band is his son, Phil Smith.
That wasn't Phil's truck, was it? There's no way.
No, I don't think it was.
Nobody could fit in that.
No. Actually, Ted's scheduled to be on a float this year as part of the parade, relaxing and letting the work be done by someone else.
Really?
Yep.
That's unacceptable.
Yep.
We'll talk about that when we see him.
Yeah, we will. By the way, happy birthday to Indiana.
Carrying the theme banner this year, escorting the Grand Marshals, is the Wells Community Theater. Board members, actors, technical crew, put them outstanding shows throughout the community. Kiss Me Kate was the most recent production. Children's Theater 2 and Into the Woods, done in 2015. Drama Productions with the great Gavin Drew, Arts Live in Wells County, and they are there to show it.
They surround our special guest to escort her down the Midway. Please welcome our Grand Marshal, Sherry Wagner, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a round of applause.
We have a second, so let's talk about Sherry, a 1976 graduate of Norwell High School. She's taken her writing skills to a new level, has been named by the state of Indiana as Indiana's Poet Laureate for 2016 to 2018. Daughter of Dr. and Mrs. Gerald Miller, who you'll see there with her. She also got 2 children and a husband in Indianapolis. So we want to thank her for coming out. And to find out more about a Poet Laureate, you can see the Kiwanis in the Kiwanis information booth. They have all that information.
Turning the corner here at Main and Market, our first Class A float, Friends of Kobachi, Happy Birthday Indiana, and Indiana State Parks, and their project to help restore the fire tower, which I strongly support. I love that thing.
Yes, absolutely. Smokey the Bear, only you can prevent forest fires. Hey, people, could you run a little bit faster? I'm just
come on now.
I'm out of breath. By
the way, Swiss City Dance is rounding the corner, our next entry, led by Mackenzie Billington, teaching all these young students to be the next Dancing with the Stars. Swiss City Dance accepts applications for registration and offers classes from 18 months and up.
Ooh. All right, Indiana turning 200 years old, 1816 to 2016, and the bicentennial bison is on the way. I hope that we've got the bison. Yeah, there it is, coming up on the track there. Being driven by State Park Manager Dustin Clark. Bison for the park. Walking Nicole Gaiman and Sarah Campbell, I hope I pronounced that right, members of the Bicentennial Committee.
By the way, the Indian name for the bison, Tatanka bison.
Really?
Yeah.
You were going to go there. I wasn't even going to try it.
I gave it a shot. What the heck? Now listen, there's been a lot of talk about the Bicentennial Torch, and there's a relay team for that, and we'd like to take just a minute. I don't think there's any way we can read through all these descriptions of these folks, so we're going to do some names, but I doubt we're going to get all the bios, but we shall try. So let's recognize our torchbearers for Wells County. Dr. George Babcock is in the float. Last year's Parade Grand Marshal and past Citizen of the Year. Dr. George served at the Bluffton Regional Medical Center for over 30 years as a lifelong Wells County resident. Serves on numerous boards, is retired, supposedly, but still volunteers to assist many organizations. Doc was the lead on the establishment and the building of the YMCA, and we can testify to that, and he did a great job.
Yes, James Barbieri, who's not here with us today, but represented by his lovely wife, Barb. Also past Grand Marshals, Jim and Barb always the county treasurers. Barb continues Jim's legacy. She's written and helped compile a bicentennial book for the state's 4th graders. Takes great pictures, something that I'm sure Jim would admit are very good. And Jim and how we'll miss his articles, of course. his thoughts and memory, recall of past events. So perfect memory recall is James Barbieri.
Also on the float, Stephanie Davis, director of the award-winning Wells County Library, who's retiring next year. No, Stephanie, you can't do it, but apparently she can, and she's going to. Stephanie's seen the library through 2 major renovations and building, been there opening for the new Ossian Branch building, and now she serves on many boards from Bluffton now to the Wells County Foundation, and she's found time to launch Norwell's band and volunteer program as well.
Betty Erk-Slavin, past CEO of the Wells County Foundation, and instrumental in getting the foundation operating as the main nonprofit avenue for scholarships and monetary gifts to a vast array of programs in the community. She's a past city council member, a member of Rotary Club, and founder of Light, a women's giving program, so much more.
Also, Jenny Fenstermaker, founder and now retired of Family Centered Services. Now she's the one who's really got the outreach going. Jenny's bubbly personality could only result in county government saying yes to her when her Family Centered Services needed funds to expand its programs.
Let's also welcome William Bill Freibag, represented by his widow, the lovely Dottie. Bill was a past mayor of the city and being a lifelong resident who owned Freibag's Ice Cream Shop way back when. Bill always has the best of the city at heart. Dottie, also accomplished painter and part of those brushing broads that meet with the creative arts.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to roll this thing on. We're going to get off the script and just do some names. We got full recognition on Saturday night of these folks at our main stage at 6:30. So let's once again welcome our torchbearers, and we're going to just go through some names here. Dr. Marcelano Gavalanis is in there.
Ed Getz, Karen Karwoski, Tony and Lou Ann Garton.
Yep.
Chuck King, Chuck Moon, Howard Rich.
Jim Schwarzkopf.
Philanthropist.
Yep. Jim Schwarzkopf, Ted Smith, Steve Thompson, and Pam Vanderkolt, who I'm sure is with the Parks Department float tonight. Oh, she is back there with him. Hi, Pam. I didn't see you. I'm reading the script. We are doing full recognition of those folks Saturday night as part of this big bicentennial celebration. It's a big deal. Here's the Wells County Public Library rounding the corner. This is I love this. This is the book cart drill team. I love these guys.
What talent right there.
I know,
this
right?
Is hours and hours of practice, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, it's choreography, man.
Unbelievable,
this
right
is like
there.
This is like watching the Blue Angels do one of their things.
And the balloons, they're right in the vision size. Oh, look at that. Did you see the swap
I saw the handoff. That was
unbelievable.
The Romanian judge gave it a 9. I gave it a 10. So, please welcome our Miss Wells County into the parade tonight. Brianna Bollinger, it's nice to have you here.
Miss Wells County, 2016. Miss Teen Wells County, Melinda Dixon. I want to thank her for coming.
One of our float entries tonight, ladies and gentlemen, rounding the corner. It's First Baptist Church from Bluffton. Happy birthday to Indiana and to the First Baptist Church, celebrating its 175th birthday. The church was founded October 14th, 1841. That's amazing. Just 25 years later, Indiana became a state. Notice on the float, the replica of the first church building that was on the corner of Wabash and William Street, the current church, built in 1896. I see some kids in that church.
Kids in the windows
that?
there. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Thank you for being in
175 years
there.
going strong. I want to welcome them to the parade with our first float entry.
Welcome to the First Baptist Church. I've actually been up in the attic of that thing.
Yes.
The old steel, like when they first built it. It's pretty cool. I'm just saying. Pretty amazing stuff.
I believe we have the Wells County Historical Society, yes? Historical Society?
Well, not yet, but they're coming.
Are they right behind?
They're coming.
All
and
right.
listen, they have a lot of entries this year, so we're going to try to go through as much of this as we can.
Banner, by the way, carried by the board members with their theme Indiana Through the Years. They have several units going back in time and starting like in 1816. You're going to notice that they're dressing a little bit differently than you and
Dressing in period. You've got pioneers, Civil War era stuff, a penny high wheel bike, which I don't see that yet.
Oh, there it is. It's by,
Oh, yeah, there
why
it
aren't we
is.
riding that thing? That's what I want to know.
It's probably as hard as it looks, as a matter of fact.
No.
How about a round of applause for this Civil War color guard? That is really cool. Thank you for doing that.
There's your penny wheel. See, we could about get on that from here. I don't know how you would get on it from there.
I'm guessing Babe Ruth there. That's a throwback. Let's talk about some of the vehicles. This first one is a 1914 Fiat Auto And walkers in period dress. Owner of the car is Richard Statt. Once again, a 1914 Fiat.
We've got a 1929 Model A Chevy coming up right behind it with walkers from the Roaring 20s. Owner of that car is Tom Jester.
Oh, there's the flappers, man. You got to love the 20s, right? Al Capone and all that. Rounding the corner next is a 1935 Ford, and the walkers in period dress there. The owner and driver's Lynn Yeager. That's a beautiful car, man.
Gorgeous. Coming up next, getting just a little bit newer, a 1940 Chevy Business Coupe. Owner and driver is Doug Dennis with his 1940 walkers right there.
Stepping forward in the years as we move along here with the Wells County Historical Society, and I really applaud them for all the work they've done in getting all their entries into the parade this year. With Indiana celebrating its bicentennial and all this stuff going on, they put a lot of effort into putting this together.
A lot of thought is what it is, and it's pretty cool stuff.
There's a 1954 Chevy with walkers in period dress. That car is owned by Bob Rohr. That thing's rounding the corner right now. It's a beautiful car,
This was my dad's first car. Not that exact one, but that was his first car, a 1954 Chevy.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm not sure that this is a 1960s Volkswagen. Yeah.
Well, it's certainly 1960s dress.
Yeah, and it does have the 60s look and feel. I'll give it that.
I like it, the flowers.
Yep. And speaking of the Historical Society, here's one of their floats. Their float is rounding the corner right now. Their theme, of course, the Parlor City. And so
I believe they have a Victrola somewhere on there as well. So that's definitely
I don't see that.
A period
Welcome
thing.
into the parade, folks.
Yeah, right there behind there on the table. All right. Next, we've got the Wells County Public Library with their second entry. These are the 1,000 books before kindergarten kids right there. These are the kids, 1,000 books under their belt before they even hit kindergarten. I don't think I've hit that measure yet.
Hey, did you say Ben Daly in the truck? How does Ben Daly get in the truck? I know his wife works there and all that.
That must be it.
What's the deal?
That must be
I don't know.
it.
I'm just saying. All right. Coming up next, one of our high school band entries. Give it up for the Bluffton High School Bingo Brigade.
Under the direction of Jim Beater, let's give him a listen.
Great job, Bengals. Way to go. Our next entry rounding the corner here, River Terrace Estates, one of our commercial entries.
Don't hurry.
The parade tonight.
Don't hurry.
Yeah,
you got plenty of time.
We do have plenty of time.
Tons of walkers from River Terrace Estates you want to welcome here as they make their way around the grandstand here. Awesome that you guys can show up for River Terrace.
By the way, you know what? We didn't really get a chance to thank Ted Smith for... You know, we talked about Ted Smith, and there was a paragraph in there about what the fair manager does. Basically everything to get ready for the fair. So this is Ted's 5th year as the manager, and so a big thanks to Ted and his crew for all the hard work they do. The list of things that they are responsible for to get the fair ready is extensive.
Our next float, a Class A float, Wells County Amateur Radio Club. Happy birthday, Indiana. Their theme. Club is a local group of ham radio operators that talk all over the world. Ham operators are still vital, even in this age of cell phones. No cell towers in the Swiss Alps, folks, so that's where these guys come in.
Hey, look out. It's Icy, the Eagle, the Comet. Icy. There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, strike a pose, man. I love that bird.
It can be tough when you're all the way up here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Representing the Fort Wayne Comets, Icy, the Eagle.
Here comes the Wells County Girl Scouts. And, of course, when the Girl Scouts are out, what do we talk about? Say it with me. Cookies. That's right.
Felt like the Cookie Monster there.
Of course, your Girl Scouts will be selling cookies. You know they do the cookie sales thing. It's a big deal, and we expect you to support them because they're the Girl Scouts, and that's what we do as a community.
Let you know, I'll take a box of Thin Mints right now.
Thin Mints, right?
Don't even
all
have
about
to.
the Thin Mint.
Don't even have to ask.
Now, the peanut butter cookies.
They're pretty good.
With a glass of milk. Ice cold glass of milk, you can't go wrong.
Really, there's no bad cookie. Is there a bad cookie? I don't think so.
Yeah, there are. There's a bad cookie.
You don't like the coconut ones, do you?
Yeah. No, I hate coconut. It's not my thing. It's just not. I don't know what to say. Hey, okay, so we are moving on. Our next float, rounding the reviewing corner here at Main and Market, is a Class A float from the Creative Arts Council. So let's talk about that.
Happy birthday, Indiana. The School of Ballet, led by Jenny Meeks. The School of Ballet celebrating their 40th anniversary this season, founded by Beth Lampton. In 1976, the ballet school has been serving the community, providing students with a curriculum that includes classical ballet, point, modern dance, creative movement. Beth riding on the float. She's passing her torch to Jenny Meeks.
They got the princess wave going on. You see that? I mean, they're doing that really well.
Ballerina people, so of course.
Oh, there's Tamara Robbins walking with them, too. How are you? Hey, listen, I love Corvettes. I don't own a Corvette, but I always wanted a Corvette. And rounding the corner right now is the beginning of a whole line of amazing machines. These are the Mitzpah Shrine Vets Club.
Yeah. Shouldn't you guys be like circling in and out of each other right now? Isn't that the way that this whole thing works?
The Mitzpah Shrine Vets Club is one of the most recent to join our ranks of the Mitzpah Shrine units and clubs. Founded in 2013, the Vets Club has opened all Shriners that own and operate a Corvette or share an interest in Corvette cars, automobiles. The Vet members participate in 10 to 12 parades each year, and any year or model of Corvette is welcome to join the club. They currently have 19 Corvettes in their club, ranging from 1971 to 2014. The club meets in the Shrine Center in Fort Wayne on the third Monday of each month. Welcome to the Mitzpah Shrine Vets Club.
So let's just say that you're in the Shrine, but you can't have a Corvette because you're not allowed to. Can you be a member of the club with the hopes that one day you'll be allowed to?
Are you saying you're not allowed to have a Corvette?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Have I told you I'm buying a Harley this winter? I'm not allowed to, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm not allowed to do that
I'm going to do. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm shopping this. I'm just going to. What's she going to do when I get
My
home?
question is where are you going to put it? You've got a broken down dune buggy, and
I do.
you got his broken down hot tub.
The hot tub's broken down.
Yeah.
But when I bring the Harley home, what's she going to say? I can't take it back, right? I mean, it doesn't work that way.
Wow.
I
think I would own a Corvette
first. She's listening too. You know, I have to go home eventually, so
Yes.
that's gonna go well. Back to the vets. Yes, these are amazing machines, and actually, it's interesting because as we traveled around this summer, we've been at a lot of fairs and festivals and events. You know, with our businesses and stuff. We've seen a lot of Corvette interest. It's kind of renewed. A lot of clubs and things. And so, what's going on?
They lost a flag.
Oh.
Well, let me just tell you right now, this is my favorite color of Corvette.
Is that right?
The one that is reattaching the flag as we speak. My absolute favorite color of Corvette coming around the grandstand corner right now.
You would call that red, but I'll bet you $1 to a
red.
nickel if you ask the guy driving it what color it is, it ain't going to be red.
No, it's definitely a maroon, but there's probably a special name.
What
for
color
it.
is that? She can't hear me.
Yeah.
She
heard.
She said red? Really? I thought it was more
maroon.
like fuchsia. I think it's fuchsia.
No, it's not.
I don't know. I'm going to shut up now. You finish this. Hey, that's not a...
Something's wrong here.
Yeah. One of these is not like the other.
No. I've seen this song on Sesame Street.
Not really sure what the deal is.
Yeah, this is definitely not a Corvette, but yet, what a car.
Is that Barry Crosby? What are
That
you
is
guys...
awesome.
Oh, hey, wait. We're supposed to read the script. Let's get back to the script.
Really? We have a job
really,
to do? Is that what you're talking about?
Messed up on the Corvette thing.
It.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Street Fair Board of Directors want to give special recognition to this next entry for 50 years of providing amusement entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, give Poor Jack's Amusements a big round of applause. Driving the Poor Jack family is their friend Barry Crosby with Pat Bolander, the widow of Jack Bolander, both whom were grand marshals in 1992, and their sons, Gary. Oh, Tim's not in the car, but Gary's in there. Where's Tim at? He's probably wiring something, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because that's what he does.
They by the way, they do it every year. They set the carnival booths. They wire up the whole thing. They wire up the street for the local people. It is awesome what these people do. celebrate by going on some rides. You can actually go on all the rides you want starting tomorrow afternoon for just $18.
We've known the Bowlanders for a long time. It's great to be with them again at this fair, and they just do such a great job. They have a tight-knit group, and they run a great operation. Congratulations on your 50th, poor Jack, and we'll look forward to spending the week with you. Give them a big round of applause. You know, since we've got a break in the action here at our corner, I want to talk a little bit about some of the events coming up this week. We have many to talk about.
How about this? You can go fish, or you can teach a man to fish. And this is a brand new type of program right here.
I love this.
This is an excellent-looking program. You can find this program right behind me at the Kiwanis information booth. We're going to encourage you to do that. They've got them. They're absolutely free. It's a full-color brochure showing you everything going on, giving you a little bit of background, some detail, telling you where the things are located. So we're going to keep talking about it all week long, but we do want you to grab one of these.
This is truly a collectible item. I mean, this is something you can hang on. It's a full-color booklet about street fair events and with photos and stuff. So
very well done as well.
Yep. Hey, back to the floats. Here comes Class A float entry around the corner by County Services. Celebrating their theme, Crossroads of America. Please welcome all the students and clients of Bi County. Let's give them a round of applause.
Hit it on the head. It is the Crossroads of America, isn't it? A lot of people don't really realize how important Indiana is as right basically in the center of the United States. Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Hey, Jenny. How are you? Welcome into the parade, guys. Nice job. You look good out there. It is a night. Hey, Dave. Good to see you, man. So we are in the middle of one of the best parades I've seen in years. I really think that's a fair statement.
I do, too. I think this is an absolutely fantastic parade. What effort has been put into this?
Do you know what we haven't done yet? We haven't talked about our street fair food hit list. Our top 10 street fair foods that we're going to hit this week.
I can't go there.
You already had one, the steak tips.
Right.
You had steak tips.
I mean, I can't even begin to talk about all of that, especially in the time that we have. It is an unbelievable list.
All right.
And I can't hold it to 10. I just can't.
Well, I think that my list is expanded this year, like my stomach could be, I guess.
Hey, guys.
More Bi County rounding the corner, the reviewing stand here.
A lot of enthusiasm going on in that truck.
By the way, our next entry rounding the corner here is from the United Way of Wells County, led by Pamela Beckford, pulling the Bicentennial Bison, representing Wells County, accompanied by Blossom the Book Her Fly.
The Book Her Fly. We're going to say
book
it that
her
way.
fly. It says book her fly. I'm just telling you what it says.
The reading mascot for the United Way of Wells County. That's who it is.
That's right. Welcome to the parade. And I love the bison.
We're not going to give you up.
I love the bison.
Yes.
The bison, that's cool. Nice job on that.
Well, for the first time in our parade, retired Navy vet Billy Patterson, bringing all of these military flags representing the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, MIW,
BOW. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Which brings me to our next entry. And well, okay, I'm going to let you because I lost my place.
How about a great big shout, a big roar for the Wells County Vietnam Veterans of America, Post 698. Ben Jones, Rod Waller, Jerry Blevins. All the Vietnam vets.
We need to come back to that because they're giving away a Humvee, and I want to talk about that. American Legion Post 111 is giving away, with their Humvee.
Graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy, Marine vet, welcoming Congressman Todd Young himself as well, with the Humvee coming past the grandstand as well. Raffle tickets are being sold, by the way, on West Washington Street if you'd like to buy one of those for the Humvee.
All right, we've got a lot of political entries in our parade tonight, and I would like to welcome another one. This is Travis Holdeman. State Senator Travis Holdeman, give him a round of applause. Matt Lehman for State Representative. Ladies and gentlemen, your Wells County Republicans rounding the corner. There's Ralph and Sandy Garcia carrying the banner tonight. We made an error in our script. We meant to recognize Jim Banks. So sorry about that.
By the way, Jim is a military veteran. Did active duty in Afghanistan. I want to welcome him to the parade. Now a Republican nominee for the U.S. Congress.
Let's recognize the rest of our Wells County Republicans. Vice Chair is Glenna Plummer. Secretary Irina Stuck. Treasurer Glenn Ryan. Also joining them are candidates for election and lots of family and friends and supporters. Current state representatives, of course, Travis Holdeman, State Rep Stan Leonard, Kevin Mahan, and Matt Lehman, just a few people you see in the parade tonight. And we got all these people rounding the corner, which we're trying to get through. Bear with us and have grace. There's Kathy Pieper for Wells County Treasurer with a big crew tonight in the parade.
Seth Wicker running for council at large. Carolyn Bursch for Wells County Recorder. Hillary Casco for Wells County Coroner. So a lot of different people making their way around, vying for your votes. And no matter what, please make sure that you take some time this November. It is a presidential election as well.
By the way, all right, Seth Wicker for Wells County Council. I just want to make sure we get this right because we have some confusion in our notes that were given to us. I just want to make sure we get it right.
I see the Trump-Pence mobile. I don't see the Trump or Pence.
Well, he couldn't be here, but he's...
Well, I'm sure they wanted to be. I'm sure they did.
Up next, entry 54, Marco Health and Rehab Center celebrating their deficient-free annual state survey with residents and helpers of Marco Rehab.
Need to give us the way. I mean, we need to talk through that because that was confusing as well.
Hey, look, it's a unicycle. Juggling a plate or something. That is way cool. Is that balancing?
Yeah, juggling would be if it went in the air and came back down.
Thank you.
That was kind of hypnotic. And
ladies and gentlemen, rounding the corner tonight, give it up for the Norwell Marching Knights under the direction of Corey Kelly. Applause for the Norwell Marching Knights.
I believe you left off the words award-winning.
Award-winning. Well, I was distracted. We found a phone. We have a lost cell phone that's been given to us. It's a, looks like probably a lady's phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy phone. It was found in one of the porta potties. I'm just telling you. I'm not making it up.
No. Well, coming up next, the
But we did
Uniondale
sanitize
United
it.
Methodist Church, a
Yeah, come
Class
up and see
A
it.
float for our judges. Happy birthday, Indiana, the theme. Let's be reminded of that again as the Uniondale United Methodist Church rounds the corner.
One of our new entries to the parade, but a hardworking community group. Please welcome the Bluffton Lions Club, featuring their unit. On their unit is Alan Penrod with leader dog Sadie. I love that dog, by the way. She's a great dog. The leader dog is a statewide project for them. Other projects the Lions have donated include the eye bank at IU, the Cancer Control Center at IU Oncology. They buy glasses for kids in need. Locally, there's a Lions Park on the River Greenway Trail, and you can help them out by visiting their Apple Dumplings booth at the street fair on the Midway. And they also will have a display in the industrial tent. They are your Lions Club. Give them a big round of applause. Look at this float from the Parks Department. They always do a great job. Hey, Pam's back.
Pam's
Second
back.
time through, man.
It's like you're the mayor. What's
Are
going
you
on
running
here?
for mayor next? Is that the rumor? That's the rumor, isn't it?
I believe that's a prerequisite for, yeah, okay.
All right, so let's talk about them. Pam Vanderkolk, their director, Brandy Fichter, Lori Bumgardner, and the award-winning Parks Department float theme this year, Where Fun is a Piece of Cake. Great job, guys. You did a great job on that float.
By the way, down there in the city building, we want to mention there are things going on. There are a lot of exhibits down there. If you'd like to take a few minutes to get down there and check it out, it's going to be open all week. Judging, however, happened today, so you already know who the winner is. By
the way, we just had another entry go by our reviewing stand we need to mention, which is Mercy Seat Dentistry with Pastor Ratami Wan and Dr. Wan, a new business for dentistry needs located on the north side of Bluffton. Actually, you know, they're out kind of behind El Camino Restaurant, if you want to know where that is. As a reference point, Mercy Seat Dentistry.
Signature Healthcare.
Signature Healthcare is our next entry, a 2014 Camaro with residents, driven by Jim Gelsichter. Well, he didn't cringe too badly. Located on West Lancaster Street, recently completed remodeling of their facility, providing nursing care, rehabilitation services, get you back on your feet. Most of all, they love to come to this fair, the Signature Healthcare crew. Our next entry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to be doing something?
This float would be nice.
Let's do it then, shall we? Who is it? Is this Liberty Center? Signature.
Right there, Class B float, in case the judge is not aware.
Yeah,
Signature Healthcare. Happy
bold
birthday,
print.
Indiana. Got the cake, got the balloons. You got it?
How about the Marching Raiders of Southern Wells? Let's give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. Always nice to see the Raiders in the parade. Under the direction of Mr. Mike Haig. Give them a round of applause as they go on by. Thank you, Southern Wells, for being here. There's Liberty Center.
We didn't want to leave you guys out. We wanted to talk about you 3 or 4 times.
That's right.
Liberty Center Baptist Church celebrating 200 years, making their way in front of the grandstand right now. So, by the way, judges, this is a Class A float.
By the way, can't say enough about the young lady that sang the national anthem earlier. Was that cool or what?
It was.
That was cool. Emma Smith did that, and she did a great job. By the way, we've got a cell phone that somebody has lost or misplaced, so it's up here at the reviewing stand. It's almost pink, but not quite, and it obviously...
See, I think now you're getting to your fuchsia. Oh, is it
yeah,
rose?
it's more of a rose color.
Yeah.
It's not really a fuchsia. It's more
Not
of a
a mauve.
rose. Yeah. Now, we're not going to go into the phone, but if you know somebody that lost a cell phone, we have it here, and we'll leave it at the information booth when the parade
Of course,
is
now
over.
that you've given away all that information, I don't think that they want to come and volunteer who they are just yet.
Well, this is the Colts mobile. It's back, and the Colts' #1 fan, Tracy Markley, kind of a tradition to have the Colts mobile back in the parade, so thank you for being here tonight. That's awesome. Any Colts fans out there on the streets?
What, are you kidding me?
All right, just checking. Here come your Wells County Democrats.
Led by County Chair Stacia Henderson, Vice Chair Jake Rennick, Secretary Teresa Sell, and Treasurer Wanda Lobsinger.
By the way, coming around the corner for them also is John Gregg for governor.
Glenda Ritz,
There he
State
is.
Superintendent of Public Schools. Information on Glenda. Candidates for State Representative of the 2016 election. Renee Shear for County Treasurer. Michael Henderson for County Recorder.
Up next, rounding the corner here at Main and Market from Susie Q's studio is a float entry. Look at all those minions on the float. Nice job there.
Throwing a
Helping to
birthday
throw the party. Right. 200 years of celebration for Indiana from the Despicable Me soundtrack. A little happy right there.
The song is called Happy for a Happy Birthday. So thanks a lot for the Susie Q studio float.
I want to take a minute. We really haven't mentioned it yet tonight, but we usually do, and maybe there's a float entry I haven't seen yet. But we always make mention of our U.S. military and our National Guard, and they always do such a great job. I have a son that's serving overseas right now, so it's personal to me. So if we could take a minute and give all our armed forces overseas a big round of applause, all those men and women in country and out of country that are serving you and protecting us, we really appreciate what they do.
You know where it all starts, Rick? It all starts right here.
With
right
the Boy
here,
Scouts.
With the
right.
Boy Scouts.
Right. And I also have a son that is in here somewhere as well, so let's talk about them.
The Boy Scouts of America, led by Steve Higgins once again. And here are your local scouts. Boy, there's a ton of them. You
There
got your
are
Cub
a
Scouts,
bunch
your
of
Boy
them.
Scouts. Every time a scout you could imagine.
So they're collecting plastic bottle caps to acquire park benches. They also have collected 900 pounds, which give them 2 benches. That's a lot. They're selling popcorn, so don't forget about that. There's little Matthew Elwell.
Yeah.
How you doing, Matthew? Looking good tonight. And
Also-
the rest of the Boy Scouts.
Also, they're manning some parking lots.
Yep. And actually, you'll see Matt and I and some of the other scouts and some of the other adults around your stores selling popcorn later on, so make sure you buy it. It's important. It's who loves popcorn and cookies, right? You got the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts.
I'll bet they even go together really well. A little salty, a little sweet. What do you think? Sounds like a plan.
It does, indeed. That is a lot of Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts, folks. Awesome.
Boys back. Veterans for Better Healthcare. That is the vehicle that you see coming down here, all decorated up. Old Oscar-mobile, or the Big Oscar. 1978 Pontiac Bonneville, led by Richard Robinson, who's a Navy veteran. Since 2004, the Oscar-mobiles campaigned to save the Fort Wayne Veterans Hospital and its all-volunteer Veterans Corps. And being a Navy vet himself, he wants to encourage all of us to be patriotic and support the great country that we live in. The car with heavy Oscar on the roof only gets 8 miles to the gallon. Over 11,000 beads, medals, flag emblems, etc. cover that vehicle.
And they're back in the parade again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Freedom Riders. Under the organizing direction of John Major, this Wells County group was organized in 2014. Look, there's Bob McDaniels, Rob.
Yep.
They've helped the Steve Kelly Cancer Foundation. They've also donated smoke alarms to the Bluffton Fire Department. And they help fund the DARE program in Wells County Schools. Thank you to the Freedom Riders.
See them in just about every parade in the area. And absolutely welcome to this one. We also wanted to welcome the Northern Indiana Road Riders. They're on their way down right now, and while they're making their way, and before they get here, we want to thank Ivan Ivins, who's leading the way. Always been in the Bluffton Street Fair Parade since he was 3 years old. I'm sure he wasn't riding a motorcycle then. Other drivers are Jim and Bonnie Royal, Dave Frazier, Dennis and Petra Bumgardner, Randy and Deb Carson, Jeff Ivins, and Linda Oldfield. I want to welcome, once again, the Northern Indiana Road Riders as they come around the corner. Group of guys and gals just don't enjoy riding their cycles. They also volunteer and support many, many charity benefits throughout the year. And these are the kind of people that make this country great.
By the way, I want to take a minute to thank the Street Fair Parade Committee. Could we give Melody Durr and her staff a big round of applause for putting on a beautiful parade tonight? Always a good job by them. Don't forget, we got a lot of parades coming up. And let's thank our judges right down here at the end of the float. Could we give those folks a big round of applause again?
Once again, Kayleen Reeser and Dick Mayer, our judges, who have a very tough job. By the way, they will be awarding some floats a little bit later on.
And by the way, a big thank you to Wells County Boys for all the work they do in the community. They're here actually streaming the parade live tonight. They're helping us out with the idol contest. They'll be doing the industrial parade. You can check it out, wellscountyboys.com. And we really appreciate Scott Dale and all the work they do.
And Beverly Smitley, here she is, winding up the parade once again. Almost the end as Beverly gets out Bev's Calliope. Keyboard and pipes have been coming for 34 years right here to the Bluffton Street Fair. Thanks, Bev. 43 brass whistles, by the way, replica of the old circus wagons of the early 1900s.
Hey, wait a minute. It's Santa Claus. Hey!
And George Moore, his elf.
Santa Claus and his elf, George Moore. I love it. That's beautiful. You know, you got my Christmas list, right? You know what I want for Christmas.
I get the feeling it's going to be cold this year.
I think it is.
And
Ladies and gentlemen,
there's the end of our parade.
Street Fair is underway. For the entire Bluffton Street Fair board and all the chair people, thank you so much. Have a great week. We are Rick and Rob from Stylus Technologies. A cheap plug about our business. We do surveillance and security, audio and video. We do a lot of stuff here in the community, and we are a commercially based business. Stop on out and see us if you ever need something. Have a great street fair. We'll catch you later this week.